last night, just going into what is exactly going on behind the scenes with some of these executives and what they're saying about Drake and his situation. And to be honest, they just trying to let Drake know right now he's not bigger than the program. They trying to stamp him out. They're trying to use the same system that was used against him in this beef, and exactly what he's suing for is what they're about to turn up and do. So let's get into a little bit of what academics had to say about this.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. There's hella niggas in the Universal. Again, I'm not hearing this from Lucian, but a lot of niggas saying, yo, Drake is about to be on the biggest humbling period of his life. And I said, what does that mean? They said, well, let him drop. Fuck the party shit. Let him just drop alone. We're going to show him what we were doing for him on a label level, what we were doing for him on a playlist level, radio level, and all the bells and whistles. Because he's going to see. And I ain't gonna lie, I looked at it, I'm like, I don't fully believe that. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm here to tell y'all, this ain't got nothing to do with Drake. So in case y'all try to source me, the industry that is, they're upset at Drake badly. The word on the street is that when Drake drops next, they're going to humble him. I promise you, I've talked to them all. They say they're going to humble him and not humble him by.
Now, who's to say that this is not the exact shit that they're doing with this whole beef? This is the shit that Drake was even saying and talking about. At the end of the day, it was a whole lot of weird shit going on, number fluffing, and you know, it's a reason why he's in this position, which personally I don't fully agree with the whole suing UMG. At least I don't know. I just feel like there's some other way to go about this shit. But you know what I'm saying? If your two options is to slowly get pushed out or crash out, I mean, I'm definitely one to choose the second option. And you know what I'm saying? It just goes to show how much niggas was playing behind the scenes. And it really seems like, all right, nigga, if you want to blow this shit up, if you want to expose how we do our things to make you niggas pop and make you niggas seem relevant and, you know, seem like you're quote unquote the biggest, which I feel like the label, when it comes down to people like Drake or Kanye, Taylor, Bad Bunny, you know, they're two sides of the same coin. It's 50-50. And you can take away the label, but we're talking about fan bases that are so big. I mean, Drake does so much without the bundles and all the extra shit that, you know, the rest of these guys do. So for these guys to just be sitting here waiting for him to drop or be ready to drop again so that they can tank his numbers, this shit is crazy. I don't understand why you would want to do that, but I mean, go off.
Doing anything like crazy or weird. They're going to humble him because the things they claim they've done for him, they will never do. I don't know what that means. That's the promise I heard. So even when I was like, yo, yeah, Drake. So honestly, so what I've taken from that, and this is me talking to industry people, I don't think Drake is dropping like with I love Party. I don't think that Party's project, him and Party is coming before him and his next solo. You know why? Bro, if the industry is saying that they're gonna try to flop you out and they're gonna try to make sure, bro, it's a reason why the weekend is dropping music and playing on your name. They're playing on your name to be like, remember before niggas like, oh, why we compare?
Yeah, they trying to bait Drake a second time. They trying to bait him in a second time. They got him the first time to crash out in this beef with Kendrick while they're at odds with the label. But what I want to point out is academics confirming something that I have been saying. These artists, they understand and they know what's going on in between the label and Drake. Now, a lot of us might not have known at the time that Drake has been at odds and renegotiating and doing this, that, the third. But Kendrick, what academics is confirming here right now, the weekend, they know what's going on behind closed doors and how this negotiating and shit is going. This just goes to confirm the shit that I've been saying, which is these niggas waited until Drake was at his most vulnerable moment to strike and attack. They waited until now. It's a reason why this shit happened now. It's a reason why it happened now. They waited for the iron to be hot. How else would the weekend be sitting here like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and bait. Oh yeah, so they about to tank his numbers the next time? Okay, let's bait him into this shit. Let's bait him into another one. We're gonna crush him numbers wise. And we know that he's not gonna get no help from the leg. These niggas are playing chess behind closed doors, which I commend. Clap it up. I love people who, you know what I'm saying, know how to play chess and really be strategic and really know their laws of powers when it comes down to this shit. But I'm gonna call it for what it is. At the end of the day, we're gonna call the play. And Drake is really in a 20v1. Niggas can make it seem like he's just talking about rappers and producers, but we talking about executives. We talking about label owners. We talking about everybody in between. So again, we gotta sit here and realize, number one, I call this shit. But again, we gotta sit here and realize that this is a coordinated hit. Like I said in our viral debate, this is a coordinated hit. This is a coordinated attack. This is not Kendrick sitting here crushing Drake. He didn't do it with bars. And numbers wise, they not just trying to, they wasn't trying to humble Drake before. The nigga, I mean, they not just trying to humble him in a couple months. They was trying to humble him after the nigga was on Fat D saying who the CEO of Universal, they mistaken. Cause they keep saying Lucian but that just doesn't make sense. Like, he was already going in. He was already going in then. They already wanted to humble him then. It's a reason why all of this shit has been happening now. And I say here today, like I said, academics is just confirming what I've already known. This is a coordinated hit. This is a coordinated attack.
During the weekend of Drake, the weekend just did so less than Gunna. Drake would never do that. The weekend is setting it up that he's going to do crazy numbers. And now they're looking at you. So if I'm Drake, I'm not dropping no collab album because, yo, listen, unsolicited or not, I'm telling you now, the entire industry, I'm hearing from people, a lot of people I'm talking to, because all of like Drake real ops, they don't talk to me. But like people who don't care about Drake, they're just saying, hey, yo, this is what's going to happen. They're going to show Drake, they're going to give him a humbling of his lifetime because he thought he was the guy. He thought that everything is lit because of him. He's going to now realize it's lit because the button was pressed. I'm like, what do I mean? So, I don't know. Now, granted, Drake my man's, and Drake is my favorite artist. But I hope he understands that his label, the entities that be, they're trying to fuck with him. I think he knows. He's smart.
He knows that shit. That's what this is all about.
With all due respect, I don't think here's the thing. This is the play I heard. Real talk. This is the play I heard in the industry. They said if Drake drop a party, they said, first of all, Universal is going to let it go. They say Universal, let me tell you how collab albums work. Remember that email you saw like Metro Boomin was like, oh, niggas is stopping a record? Ain't nobody stopping a record, bro. Labels are beefing. Future is signed to Epic, which is through Sony Music Entertainment. You're signed to Republic, which is Drake's label, which is through Universal Music Group. Universal Music Group, Sony, they're two of the big threes. They're shouldering each other on some who really gonna run this project. That's how they're playing it. You feel what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to Drake, I've heard them niggas ain't fucking with him. I fuck with him. I fuck with a boy. That's my guy. But I done told y'all, I don't think if Drake not fucking with a label, shit gonna work. So here what I've heard. Nigga, they're begging. This is why the Weeknd is baiting and trolling him like, oh yeah, you're gonna drop on our date. Drake was never gonna drop on that date. But they trolling Drake because they want Drake to drop the project with Party. And I ain't gonna lie to you, this is what I've heard from the industry. They think Drake and Party gonna do like 170, 180, and they're gonna clown him out. They're gonna laugh at him. You know why? Because people are like the Weeknd are sizing himself up to be a competitor, and the Weeknd gonna do like 300, 400. So we gonna laugh at this nigga to be like, you thought you could fuck with me? And you doing that? So that's why I think not only because of label issues Drake won't drop. This is me. I ain't asked Drake about this. I think not only because of label issues Drake won't drop. Drake is realizing now they're trying to the next project, I'm telling you, Universal is waiting on the biggest flop from Drake right now, and they're gonna make sure it happens and spread it from here to Narnia.
And that's the crazy shit you gotta see. And it's just crazy that niggas can sit here and act like, oh, Drake's falling off. Da 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 da. Nigga, this shit is manufactured. Drake's fall off, quote unquote, is trying. This shit is manufactured. Now it's up to us to pull one out of the Swifties book and do what we got to do. But at the end of the day, they've been leveraging Drake to flop. They've been setting it up gradually, trying to pull him down, his numbers, his public image, all of this shit. That's why this shit is not even just so much about Kendrick, because Kendrick is a pawn in this. Kendrick is a pawn in this, and we seeing more and more that Kendrick is just a chess piece. He's not sitting at the back of the board. This is why he's leading the charge. But that's not enough to pack him up and get him out of here. Now, for Drake, two things. You are going to have to drop the album of a lifetime. You are going to have to drop straight fire, no skips, a masterpiece, a classic, a timeless piece of human history. You have to drop nothing less. Nothing less, my nigga. A second thing you're gonna have to do. All of these M's you got, you need to take about a hundred M's, nigga. You need to take 100 M's and invest in this next project. Invest in your tour. However you split it up. Maybe 150 M's. This is what it's going to take big money, nigga. If they going to play this game, nigga, you got to gamble damn near half of your net worth. Put that shit on the line. I know that's easy for me. It's easy to say as a broke nigga who compared to you. But nigga, you need to take 100 to 150 M's, invest in that next tour after that album drops, invest in this next album, bro. These shows gotta be Kanye-esque. They gotta be better than matter of fact, you might have to piece it up with Kanye and just let him design your shit. Nah, matter of fact, because that nigga might try to sabotage your ass. But this shit needs to be Kanye-esque. And it has to be your shows that follow this album, this masterpiece album. They have to be an experience, my nigga. They have to be magical, my nigga. They have to be life altering, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gotta walk out there thinking they just came from Drake church, nigga. Niggas want to turn their life around to some shit. Now, I don't want to say all of that to put too much pressure and to put too much expectation on Drake's next moves, but I just feel like, look, my boy, you at the top. Spend that cash right now. I know you trying to re-up and you trying to get some things, but my nigga, if it ain't you, if it ain't your money, somehow you need 100 M's, 100 to 150 M's, and a banger from start to finish. Do what you have to do and let your fans do the rest. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Do what you have to do, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, look, ain't nobody gonna look out for you except you. Ain't nobody gonna look out for you except you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna care about this shit more than you. Now you got, well, when you get to this level, and you get to this level of fame and fortune, you do have some people that might care about you more than you. But nobody is going to care about this shit or have the ability to do something about it more than you, my nigga. So you got to take this moment, tighten up your bootstraps, pull your pants up, tighten your belt, put some gloves on, mask up, and really turn up. Really do what you got to do right now. Because it's crunch time. It's crunch time now. Now it ain't time for playing. It ain't time for faking. It's time to really get in there and do what you got to do. So, with that being said, take that money, give us a classic, and make this shit undeniable. Make it undeniable. You got to do it yourself. You got to do it like this is year one. You got to take it back to year one. Like you first started doing, you got to take it back to Degrassi. Get on your shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it back. It's time to hit a different mode. Because when UMG is sitting here and it's known, I mean, academics is giving you the play. You probably already know the play, to be honest, but he laying it out there like this nigga's giving you the play. This is what's going to happen. So what are you gonna do? Because for me, I really crash out, and I will crash out with 150 M's. I'm gonna take that loss. Here, fuck it. I'm gonna spend that bread, and I'm gonna make sure my shit is undeniable, and that's the only way. You know what I'm saying?